The basis of this training is to empower the PWDAN members who are on the P2P platform to be able to take advantage of the P2P platform for their enhanced business opportunity. And we're all aware that the only thing that is constant in life is change. And we're all aware that the current business disruption, IT is taking a very big lead. And if businesses are not taking the lead by being IT relevant, it will affect their business outcome in the long run. So P2P is designed to help interaction among the players in the industry. And for this reason, it allows you as an importer, manufacturer, distributor, wholesaler, retailer, even hospital to all be on a singular platform and be able to interact among themselves. Also, we want to let you know that P2P is in line with the Nigeria National Drug Distribution Guideline, that's NDDG, whereby the flow of products is from the manufacturer importer to distributor wholesaler to retailer hospitals and then health institutions. So, and that also means that it has enhanced
Well, I mean, and in the
capability
meeting, all these guys, like
for
this one that you guys are
drug
going up and down.
tracking and tracing, which means by virtue of the direction the drug is moving, the platform is able to document the track of the products and it can tell at any given time what is with any particular player on this platform. Let me also mention the platform also registers the batch number of different items on this platform, also the code, product codes, which means it provides an opportunity for seamless product tracking this particular platform. And for PWDAN, this is an opportunity that the platform is creating because it's making PWDAN to have a robust platform whereby a retail pharmacist can relate with all the PWDAN member on a single platform. And what this is going to give the PWDAN business is number one, is going to give visibility. Number two, is going to allow members of PWDAN to have business intelligence reports. And it also gives them the credit rating of different buyers. And with all this information, it makes you to have proper business planning that will make you to be able to have a very good interaction with the players on the platform. And let me also mention that this solution, if properly used by PWDAN member, has capacity to congregate pharmaceutical business in the country on this singular platform. Because by the time people realize that they are having almost 100 wholesalers on a singular platform and they can provide all they need without leaving their premises, it means you have been able to help to remove the trouble of people going everywhere to pick their products. And I like the way the PWDAN chairman mentioned some time ago that is an online wholesale, I mean, coordination wholesale center, which means you're having all the products. And we looked at it that on this platform, with all the PWDAN member active, we have advantage of populating over 10 billion naira inventory on the pharma sector on this platform for pharmacists to access. And I think that alone is a major strength that PWDAN can use to compete in the current drug distribution system that is chaotic in Nigeria. So the beauty of this meeting this afternoon is to empower your staff and the business owner with the nitty-gritty of this solution so that they can take advantage of it to take their business forward. So I'll be calling on Mr. Gbenga Ajadi, who will be taking us on onboarding this solution and how we can set up our account. And let me also mention before now, PWDAN has onboarded all their members on this platform. But if you are not aware of your details or your login details, I think PWDAN used your email address that is with them to register you on this platform. So what you would do is to go and do password reset so that you can have complete access to that particular platform. So Mr. Gbenga, I'd like you to start from how people can reset their password, access to their platform, and how they can set up their platform to be able to work for them. So Mr. Gbenga, you are welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ajibade. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this training on P2P. So I'll be sharing my screen briefly and showing us how to, starting from where Mr. Jibade actually stopped. So I can run you through the process of resetting your password. Now, as rightly said by Mr. Jibade, every account owner in PWDAN, your email address has been sent to us, which we have onboarded onto the system with all the details that was made available to us. Even though there may still be some other major information that you can still update by yourself. So, but the first thing you would do to be able to reset or have access to that your account is to visit format.ng. That is, from your browser, you type in PHAMART.ng, which brings you to this page, as you can see on your screen right now, format.ng. So once you are here, this system runs on any device, either a mobile device, your regular PC, whichever Windows you are using, the system can run on it. You can also download the app. You will see the download app button by the top right corner. If you want to download the app to either your phone or probably to your PC, so that you can have the icon somewhere on your PC where you could just click and opens up the app for you. So that's how to download the app. But basically, to have access to your account, you click on login and you choose forgot password. Forgot password. Please kindly insert your email address here, the email address that you have with PWDAN. And I'll probably advise, probably after this meeting, for as many that couldn't really do this, to reach out to Pharmacist Ajibade on the group that everybody belongs to, and let us know if you're having any challenge. So, but it's very simple. Once you put in your email address, for instance, let me say maybe retail 3, and you click on submit, what the system will do, it will send a reset detail to that registered email. It will ask you to follow the link to reset your password. So while trying to do that, you will receive a link into your email instantly. You click on the link and the system will direct you on how to change your password immediately. Let me log into that email now for you to see the email I'm getting, or a sample of what the email will look like. Okay, or let me just leave it at this just to save time. So you receive a link on your system, and that immediately gives you access to reset your password. And once you reset your password, it redirects you back to the login page. You put in your login details, and you log in appropriately, which automatically gives you straight access to the system. You'll be able to see it takes you straight to the dashboard where you can see all the basic things that needs to be done. And like I said, there are some basic information that were not added at the point of onboarding because we don't have access to all those other information. So I always advise you go to edit profile and see how you can update the other basic information that is required. But the main thing would have been done at the point of onboarding. Especially one of the key areas I would like you to look at in your profile is your business location. Are you looking at receiving orders nationwide, or you just want to receive orders from a particular given geographical area in Nigeria where you stay? So these are just the basic information that is required to complete your process of onboarding on this platform. And like every user on this platform has also been verified, the PWDAN members, because nobody comes on to P2P without having a proper verification being done. So this has been done for all the PWDAN members. Since we have all their details, we've been able to do our own confirmation, and they are live on the app. So that's the basics to reset your password. So Mr. Ajibade, can I proceed to other things? If that will be fine. Or
Yes,
is there,
I
is there,
think
is there
we can
is there
also
any
let them
question?
know that they have to put in their bank collection details,
Yes.
because some people, when they send requests and your invoice is going out, your bank collection details should also go out for them to make payment. So
Okay.
at that profile, we can also do that.
Yeah. So, and you can also do this under your business setup. When you see the menu business setup, you will see bank account. In your bank account, you can create the bank. There are all the commercial banks and all the banks that you can talk of in Nigeria. You have all their details here. So select the bank, You put in your account name, account number, the account type, is it savings or current? And you can have multiple accounts. So for instance, you have maybe 4 or 5 accounts, but you need to choose the one that is your default. So out of the accounts you are creating, the one that is your default, you check this box and you click on save, and that account will be created with all the details, because this will be the account that your customers will be seeing from their own end to know the account to pay to, especially those who are doing online transfer to complete their transaction. Thank you.
So, Mr. Baker, you can go ahead with
Okay.
business setup. Yeah.
All right. So thank you very much. So and once this is done, the next thing you do is to set up what we call business setup. There are some basic things that you can quickly do. They are one-off activity to help you ensure that your business is fully ready to receive orders and complete transaction. So under business setup, you can create location, especially when you have multiple locations, like you have your office in Ibadan, you have in Abuja, you have in Port Harcourt. You can create multiple locations and manage all the locations centrally by clicking on create. What's this? Oh, let me log in with a registered account as a wholesaler. Sorry, I'm using.
So, Sam, you raised your hand. Okay, it's gone
Okay,
now.
go ahead. Okay. Okay, sorry. I was using a retailer earlier on. Sorry. So I just log in as a like a PWDAN member now. So you can create locations by putting your location code, name, and every other information that is required. Most essentially, you must ensure that you put in the contact email and the PCN number of your registered superintendent pharmacist in that location. All those informations are required for verification, because locations are also verified on P2P. So I'll quickly go to user management. User management on this system is allows you to set up roles, you grant role access, and create users. Especially for you that have multiple locations, you can also define the role that your users have access to. But firstly, is there somebody raising his hand, or should I just go ahead? Okay. If you have
Okay,
any
Uche,
okay.
Idemili, you have
All right.
something to say.
All right. So if not,
Hello? Please go ahead, Mr. Benga.
all right. So to create roles on P2P under business setup, you click on roles and you click on you see existing roles already there, but you can create additional role yourself by clicking on by typing the role into this field in here. Already it comes with three default roles, but you can create additional roles. For instance, it has admin, sales rep, and super admin. But if you have a new role that you are trying to create, let me say for instance maybe uh, sales manager. Sales manager, maybe it's another role that you are trying to create. You click on and you click on save. You can create that role and also determine the access. And to do the access, you click on role access. And that role you've created, you will see it as part of the roles. And there, you also see the default roles already there, the sales rep, the admin, and the super admin. So for instance, if you select the sales manager, you will see all the available roles or access on the system. These are menus. These are different modules on this platform that you can determine who can do what. And the things that can be done can create, can edit, can delete, can view, is visible, can approve. Can create, meaning that whoever you have given this access to, for instance, you are giving access to user, you are saying that person can create users, or the person can edit user, or the person can delete an existing user, the person can view a user profile, and the person can approve a transaction. So this you need to take your time out to look at how you want to set up each of these roles, because roles will be attached to users that you intend to create. So you need to look at what access should each of these roles have by the time you are trying to attach them to a user. And when you are done setting up the roles, you can just click on save. And this gives you another access to creating users, because when creating users is where you attach roles to them. And in creating users, there are two major fundamentals that needs to be provided. The first one is the full name of that user, the email, and the phone number. So the email has to be a valid email. You as a business have been onboarded on this platform. You don't need to onboard your users, but when creating your users, you must ensure you are using a valid email address, because they will all receive a default password to log into the system. And the password that they will be sent will allow them to quickly change their password and have full access based on the role access that you are giving to them. So you put in the full name of that user, a valid email for that user, and select the location. Now, if you are operating from multiple locations, all your locations will be in this drop down. So you can choose the one that user operates from and put in his phone number, and you select the role access. So the role access you have created earlier will always be available here to be attached to that user, and automatically that user inherits that user role and will be operating based on that defined role. So I'll be quickly going to document setting. In document settings, this is where we actually set up how we want our business documents to interact with our customers. There are several documents on this platform. By the time Mr. Ajibade starts running us through the transactional part of the system, you will see how it runs, how quote request works, how invoice works. But basically, what you need to understand is how to set up your document here at this point. Now, for every document on this system, especially transactional documents, has ability to go through approval. But you as a business owner, you can determine that should this document, for instance, I'm selecting maybe an invoice or an invoice note. I can ask, or I can determine and say, okay, every time I'm creating an invoice, I want it to require approval. That is, once I create this document, I need to allow either myself or somebody else to approve. So let the option of approval be available. That means I have to choose it requires approval. But if I turn require approval to false, it means that once this document has been created and I click on save, it automatically becomes a valid document on P2P and necessarily does not need to go through any form of approval. So that's how required approval works across every document. There are several documents here, like I said, so you need to set this for each of them. Now, if you don't want to do manual approval, you can also do what we call auto response. Auto response meaning that when somebody sends me an order note, I don't want to be in front of my system physically responding to this order. I want the system to automatically respond with an invoice, meaning that when somebody sends an order to you, right there at the instant, the person gets a notification of your invoice immediately without anybody sitting in your system to start imputing. But the two conditions has to be met, which is you must have set up the price for all your items, and you must have ensured that you have your inventory updated enough to have the quantity to fulfill the order that is being requested from your customer. So once that has been done, you can always set use of the auto response. Then the system responds without you being in front of your system or using any device to respond to any of the others. Then the next one is default valid period. The default valid period refers to when every document that you are trying to create, you can set up the validity period for that document. That is, within 24 hours, if I don't get any response, this document becomes null and void. Especially today in our business transaction in Nigeria, where prices are not constant, this would be very, very handy, because if you are giving an invoice to somebody at the rate of 20,000 naira, and the person does not respond in 50 days, and the person still wants to buy at that rate, it may be very, very difficult. So you can also always set up your default value period in minutes. Please, it has to be in minutes. Like this 1,440 is a 24 hours, like a full day. So you can always determine if you want 48 hours, if you want more than 48 hours, and so on, based on your business process. So, and if you don't want this time to be changed at any point in time, you can select fixed period, meaning you have made up your mind for no reason will you extend this time for the default valid period. And at any point in time, you can always suspend activity of any document. For instance, you feel, look, in a particular location, I don't want them to be able to raise an invoice anymore. You can just simply check this to true and you suspend the activity of that document. or any of the document that you feel like suspending. And once you are done with all this setup, you click on save. Mind you, this has to be done one by one for each of these documents. It's a one-off setting, except your business process change and you feel like coming back to the system to change it. So that's how document setting works. I'll be taking you through business setting, and I think I'll be ending up with partnership anytime soon now. So for the business setting, this is where we set up our business processes end to end. We can determine if we want to show our prices. Like for instance, when you have done partnership with some people on this platform, like maybe some retailers, even though partnership automatically gives them access to be able to see your product in terms of your quantity that you have in stock, they can also see your prices without necessarily asking you or sending a quote request to you. But you as a business owner, you can still have control over your business. Okay, yeah, even though you are my partner, I can still hide my price. And this is where we can get all this done. I can still hide my quantity away from you. I can do that by coming here. Either I want to show my price or I don't want to show it. I want to show my quantity. I don't want to show it. I've set up my account on this system. I don't want everybody to be seeing my account details. I can turn it off. And if I turn off, the implication of turning off not showing your account, it means that everybody that wants to pay to you will have to probably reach out to you by calling, because if once you disable this show account details, what happens is that when somebody sends an invoice and needs to pay, what they will be saying will be your contact details to call you or send message to you to get the account details where you want him to pay to, especially if they are doing an online transaction or online transfer to you. So then the next one is use global email or number for notification. Now, there's the owner of the business that has been used in setting up this business automatically will be the one receiving emails and notification on his phone number. So you can decide that, yeah, you want that user to be the one to be receiving the global email and number for notifications of transaction. If you disable this, it means that the each location, whoever is the supervisor in that location, will now be the one receiving notification or email as at when due. Now, we also have ability to receive SMS on P2P. For every transaction that happens, you can receive SMS notification, and you can also disable this if you don't want to receive SMS. Now, because there's a charge for SMS notification, there's a charge for that. If you don't want this if you don't want to use this because of the charge, you can disable. Meaning, at default, you'll always be getting emails without any charge. You will always be getting email for notification, and to be receiving email for notification, ensure that transaction notification is enabled. Please don't disable this if you want to be receiving email notification of transaction activities. Then there's also product information. If you want to be receiving our update information about P2P, ensure that this is always on. I always advise you to do this so that when we put up a new update or new feature has been added to our system, you will always be the first to receive the notification, and this will come in via email. There's also send order request. On this platform, there are haulers on this platform that can help you move your item from your location to be delivered to your customer. And you can also set your default order, even you, because you are the middle of the business on P2P. You can send requests to the manufacturers on this platform, because on this platform we also have manufacturers and importers, and your customers will also send requests to you. So you are at the middle of this business. You can work both ways. So, but if you set this to auto send, it means that whenever there's a request that you are trying to receive from your own supplier on this platform, also this will be sent to your order, who will also automatically receive what it takes to go and pick up your item from your supplier. So an auto send reorder or receive quote requests from partners only. Now, like I said earlier on, there are partnership being done on this system. So, but in doing your partnership, you can also determine and say, okay, because quote request is open to everybody on the platform. We have well over 1,000 retailers already, or retail business already on this platform, and everybody can send requests to you across the globe. But if you don't want to be receiving quote requests from just everybody on this platform, you can say, well, I want to be receiving quote requests only from my partners. You can check this box to receive quote requests from your partners only. Then you can also select or to send reorder. Now, like I said, on this platform, you are the middle of the business where you can send orders to manufacturers and importers, and retailers can also send orders to you. But you can also ensure that your inventory is always up to date, that you don't run out of stock at any point in time, because your system can automatically be sending a reorder request to your supplier. So when you have set up your system properly to show your reorder level, like you can see on your screen, that is your global reorder level. If any of the item gets to as low as 100 or as determined by you, the system should automatically send your request to your supplier. That is, your supplier will now receive a notification, send you an invoice, you made an invoice, you get the items delivered to you. This will ensure that you never run out of stock for any of your item at any point in time. Even though this can be done automatically, you can determine the frequency. How will the system do a kind of accumulation of all your items that are running out within a? Are you going to be doing this daily? Do you want the system to help you do this weekly? That is, if you have chosen weekly, the system do an aggregation of all your items that has run out of stock within a week and send it to your supplier, who automatically put it together and make it available for you after you have made payment. Or you want it to be done monthly, this can also be done. Now, you need to also set up your reorder quantity and your selling margin to your customer. If you are using system or this P2P business to manage your inventory and also sell, because system allows you to sell to your online customers, and also your customers that walk into your business, because it also has a bit of retail that can allow you to sell to them. If you want to be using the selling margin as your basis to convert your prices from your supplier to how you want to sell, you can always set this to. And once you are done, you click on save. Saving meaning that you are done with your business setting. Now, this is not cast in stone. You could always come back. Maybe, for instance, you are showing your quantity before, and if you don't want to show your quantity again, you can come back to business setting and change it and update and click on save. So this is how we go about that. Concerning adding of products, I think Mr. Jibade will also be sharing an Excel sheet with us that allows us to for easy migration of data, migration of your products, migration of your prices, and your quantity. This allows, because we don't want you to go through the process of creating your product one after the other. This will allow you to give us your stock balances, and we update it, we upload it for you in less than 5 minutes, and you are live to start selling using the platform. So once you send this to us, we upload, and you have access to all your inventory. And this can also be per location. So if you have multiple locations, we can have different balances based on each of these locations, and different prices based on each of these locations also. So lastly, I'll be showing you partnership. In partnership, you need to have the P2P code of those who you want to partner with. Everybody on this system has what we call a P2P code. And like, if you look at the top of your screen, you always see your unique P2P code. So you need to get the unique P2P code of whoever you are trying to partner with, or you share your own P2P code with anyone you also want to partner with. And to do this, once you get the P2P code, you paste it into the code page field, and this automatically brings out the details of that person you are trying to partner with. And you can also give discount right from this point. You can have different discounts for each of your customers. For instance, you have like 20 customers, you can have discount for separate discounts for each of them, and the system will automatically, based on the price you are selling your item, it will be allotting the discount in percentages to each of them. And once you click on save, what happens is that the system will send a request to that person, and the person will have to accept. Now, partnership is not automatically enabled. It has to be the consent of the two parties. So when you send this request, the person will have to accept the partnership, and it's vice versa. When your customers are sending a request for partnership to you, which will be one of the things that will be so frequent on this platform, you can choose to profile them properly before you accept. Because once you accept, that person have access to send order to you directly, and this will help them to be able to speed up the process of doing business with you easily. So that's all for now on how to set up your partnership and set up your business on P2P to kickstart transaction. Thank you. If there's any question, I'll be willing to respond to that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Benga, for that wonderful presentation. And I think we may just need to allow people to ask a few questions at this time, so that they don't miss out of things that that's been in their mind. So I have Mr. Sami Edu. You raised your hand. Can you ask your question? Thank you.
Good day. Am I audible?
Yes, you are very audible.
Okay, so I'd like to find out like an incoming user of this P2P app, and my pharmacy is registered, but I don't have this app yet installed in the new PCs that I have in place to run this app. How do I go about that?
Thank you. Mr. Ben, can you respond to that?
So like I said, let me share my screen to show you something again briefly. Um, on P2P, when you go to pharma.ng, let me log out. When you go to pharma.ng, pharc.ng, you will see it displays this page for you. Then you see download app. If you are using a Windows app, if you are using a system, you could just click on download app, and this will be downloaded into your system. But if you are also using any phone, maybe a device to have access to the system, you can also download the app into your Android device, and this allows you to be able to just launch the app anytime you want to, and you have access to the system. But most importantly, you must have been onboarded on this platform. Well, like for if they are PUDA members, like Ajibade has rightly said, all PUDA members have been onboarded automatically based on the list that was sent to us. All the others they need to do is to reset their password, put in their valid email that they have with PWDAN, put it in here, and click on reset password, and they will find a link to reset their password easily. And once this is done, they have full access to their portal, and they can configure and get ready to receive transactions from their customers. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
very much. So, do we still have any other person that has any question? Okay, thank you, Mr. Olamide Afon. Please, your question.
All right. Thank you. So my question is that actually I signed up. So, but the account is yet to be verified. I don't know how long does it take to be verified. And again, is the software to replace the already one the ones we are using already, or is to be used alongside the software that we have?
Okay, let me attempt to answer that question. Well, I for PUDA members, uh, you have an account has been created for you and has been verified. But if you are now creating another account
So,
yourself, you may see that that account is not verified. And that's why we are saying that if you try to use your email address, try to do a password reset. If you just go to the platform, put your normal email address, and if you're having issue, I like you to personally reach out to me for us to let you know the email address that was used to register to create the account. Why we are trying to be very careful in verifying accounts is that we don't want to have multiple accounts of the same organization on the platform. And we now have the system in case we have several accounts and people don't even know which one is active. So that's what we're trying to do. So if you are still having issue, I'll be very glad to support you. Reach out to me. I'll help you find out the email address that was used to register you on the platform so that you can do a password reset for it. And the password will be sent to your email. We don't have access to your email. You are the only one that can have access to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Let
then
me.
the second question, Mr. Benjamin,
Okay.
Mr. Siri will answer that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. You ask if this is to replace your current existing system. Well, most wholesalers and distributors already have a system they are using for their business. They are used to the system, and so our understanding is that two things can happen. Down the line, you can integrate your system with this, where your system is the one you use in-house, and then this other system, which is basically for ordering and monitoring supply chain, can be connected to your system, and then you can use it. But at the beginning, because we're just this system is just being used, we expect that you use this system hand in hand with your other system. So you get your orders from here, you get the information that you are required to respond to the order from your current system, and then you can order. Well, as you get comfortable, you can use this as your main system for ordering, and the system can handle that properly. Can handle that properly. Keep your orders, record your orders, and even be able to trace all your orders and where they are going, how they went, what quantity you sent, and even the up to um, the batch number that you're sending to each individual. So you can trace and track along the line eventually. But at the beginning, our expectation is that you still continue using your current system. And when you get orders on this system, you use your current system to fulfill the order by checking the prices from your current system and fulfill the order. That's how I understand it. Down the line, as you get comfortable with the system, you can move to one system. Thank you. I need to confirm if that answers your question, please.
Yes, it does, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we still have any other question so that we can run to the next phase of this training? Mentioned to us that there are quote requests and there's order. And at this junction, I'd like to let us know that the two ways that you can receive order is one, your customer will just do a blind request on quotation. So which means the customer wants to have a list of his items, and he wants to know whether those products are available with you. And if they are available with you, can you state the quantity and what are your prices? This is a very strong advantage that this platform has, because it allows the buyer to generate a single quote request list, and different sellers or suppliers make their quotation. It's like there is a pitch. So what it means therefore is that if you have these items, you can respond, and that means that if the quotation is suitable to the buyer, you become their customer. And also, if that happens, what you will see is that you will always receive a notification that somebody is trying to do business with you. And when that notification comes, the information will be dropped under your pro forma invoice. Let me just try to open that. Can we see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. So under this particular page, this I've signed in as a wholesaler here, and this is a demo account. So you will always get this response under your quote request. So there will be a notification to you, and you will get a notification. Once you click on that notification, if you see this particular page, you see that I have 10 notifications bell on my bell. So once you look at those notifications, you will be able to respond. And once you click on that notification, it will allow you to look at the items and you can supply the prices if the prices are not on your system currently, and the quantity you can fulfill. It can be done manually. But if you want your system to do this automatically, it means that your current inventory must be on this platform. And that means that from what you have, the system automatically generates a pro forma invoice for the customer. And the pro forma invoice will now be what the customer will receive. And this can even happen without you knowing. So which means you don't have to be waking up, or be awake to be seeing people who are expecting quotation from you. But the bottom line is that if it is properly done, and what we do is you just send us your file of your current inventory, we put it on the system for you, and you will also ensure that as you are adding more product to your inventory, you update that inventory, change the price, change the quantity, ensure that you update it. And that is why we are saying that there must be a designated staff to manage this platform, because it's your serious business experience, it's your serious business space. So don't allow your system to be outdated. Always update. When you receive stock, just update. And not just know that a staff has been dedicated to ensure that they put the quantity of the product on this system regularly. And if there's a price change, they also check it. And somebody can also do the approval, so that before everything goes out, somebody is looking at it to be sure that it's correct. So once you receive this quotation, once you receive this request, what you need to do is to put the proof, to put the information. For example, let me look at this page. Let me look at some of the information that I have on this page. Like for example, this is a copy of a request for quotes by a client, and you will see that this particular information is showing that this person is requesting for this particular item that he wants. So once this particular request is sent to you, uh, your system will deliver the response, and that is why you now go to quote response. So if you go to quote response, you will see what the system generated, and you will see the performer invoice generated because the person selling has generated the performer invoice. So this is the performer invoice that has been generated that the customer is receiving. So you now see that this particular item is going for 3,800 per packet per each, and the customer will receive this performer invoice as a performer invoice. And if the customer is satisfied with this particular pro forma invoice, they will now accept it, and they will be able to generate proper order, which means they have confirmed the pro forma invoice to be an order. They are now instructing you to supply them this particular stock. And when you send this particular invoice to them, the customer also have advantage of saying, oh, I thought this product is not as expensive. Even though I've ordered for 5, I want to buy 3. They can edit at their own end, but they can't edit your price. They cannot edit your price. They can edit the quantity at their own end, and they can send the final quantity to you they want to buy, and you can now process the transaction. And immediately this particular transaction has been consummated, the next thing the system will generate for them is an invoice. And the invoice that will be generated for them is a copy like this. And you can see that your system is generating the invoice and is awaiting payment from the customer. And which means once the customer makes payment, because when the invoice go to the customer, it will now tell the customer to go and pay. Now, if the customer has a business relationship with you before now, they can benefit of your credit facility. If they don't enjoy credit facility from you, they either make transfer to the bank, or they can even use their wallets to make payment to you. We'll talk about that shortly, because wallet system is on this system. It allows you to make payment for little transaction on this platform, and also helps you to collect payment from your customers. And when the payment comes to this particular wallet, you can take that money out the same hour to your bank account. So which means the customer may have to now load their wallet with the payment value. And then when the payment is requested, the customer can now choose use my wallet to make payments. And once they use my wallet to make payment, it means that the payment will now come to your wallet. And once you have confirmed the payment, you will now approve the payment. And the customer will realize that this payment has been approved. And the customer will see. And once the payment has been approved, you can now uh, allow your system to go further to begin to process that particular invoice. That is the way it is done through put request, and that is the route. Now, if I go to a customer that want to place order directly, just like Mr. Gbenga mentioned to us, that for this relationship, there are two ways. One, put request. These are people you don't even know. They want to buy from you, and you'll be seeing a lot of those people because this solution is now exposing to the global Nigerian space. So you're going to be seeing a lot of people that will be sending quote requests to you. But if you already have partnership with some customers, rather than them going through this route of now quote request to now know whether it's available or not available, they will just hit order. And when they click on order, what it means is that it will now take them to the page where they will see your business, and they can select your business as the partner they want to buy from. The moment they select your business to buy from, all your products that are already on this system will be made available to them. Just like we were told, you can choose to hide your price, and you can choose to hide your quantity. But when they place the order, it is the system that will now let them know what value of the stock they are buying. Immediately an invoice is raised for them. So they will not know your price and the quantity you are going to give to them until an invoice is generated. And what this helps you as an wholesaler is it helps you to protect your stock. Because some of them, some buyer may know there's a price change, and wholesalers are not aware there's a price change of some item. If they look at the quantity you have, they can come and take away all your stock without you knowing. You just think that you are selling. And different people can just be buying from you, and they will be picking your stock away from you. But if you don't put the quantity that you have, and they cannot see the quantity that you have, you have that privilege to minimize how much people can take away before you realize that the price change. So that is the purpose of this advantage, showing your price, showing your quantity, and but then once they place an order to you, you will receive notification also. If you click on the order, on the notification, either on your phone, on your email, on the system, it will take you to the page directly. And even you can even attend to your business while on the road. You don't need to go and sit in the office before you can respond to business, because we have mobilized this relationship in such a way that you can do your business anywhere on your phone. So if there's any SMS to you that there's an order from a particular business, you can just open your phone from SMS and then you answer it from your phone. You can even be in the car, you can do it anywhere. So what it means is that you won't lose any business opportunity with P2P. So once this order is sent, the same way it will go, it will generate an invoice. And when they send an order to you also has the capacity to remove quantity, to add quantity, to remove the item. For example, now the order they have requested for, they want 20 and you have 25. Yes, your system will sell it. But if your system is on auto response, it will send the request to them. It will send an invoice directly to them. But in case you want to also manage that scenario, you can make that to require approval, such that when an order comes in, before you generate an invoice to that customer, you will be able to look through the order and you can do some amendments. You can even remove and let the customer know what you can finally offer them, and you can generate an invoice. An invoice will also go to the customer. Once the customer receives the invoice, if it is something they want to buy, they will go ahead with the payment. If something they don't want to buy because what they are looking for is not available, then it means they will not want to buy for at that time, because maybe what they are looking for is not meeting their need at that time. But then this is one of the things that happens in business.
To my best understanding, does it mean that all what were mentioned they are very clear to us? Do you have a unanimous chorus answer on that? Or that we are not clear about it at all? Please, what to have a response? Are you comfortable with Mr. Sami Edu, please your your comment?
Okay, my current question is, can we have more than one device?
You said
My question is, can we have more than one device on
more than one
the...
device. You can use
Yes,
this
sir.
solution on several devices.
So for the app, we cannot install on more than one device in our companies.
You can install on more than one device. You can use as many devices as possible.
Okay, thank you
It's
so
a
much.
cloud system, so that is required is the login requirement of people that will use it. You can have it on all your systems in the office, and especially when you are divided your business into sub-units. For example, people that use the warehouse, that is people who are in charge of picking stock. There will be manager there that will be instructing that this stock can be picked now. Then you can also put in your dispatch room when people are coming for collection. People there also can log in and be able to see the product that people are coming to collect from them. So that way it allows this system to be in all the systems in your organization.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So I also have Mr. Oshapaya. You raised up your hand. So what's your question, Mr. Oshapaya? Okay. Let me go to Love Omoshebi. Love
All right, good
Omoshebi.
afternoon. Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon. Good afternoon. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
my question is, the notification channel, is it through only email alone, or is there any other means of getting notifications when order comes in?
Yes, just like it was mentioned, there are three channels through which this system notifies you. Number one, it sends what is called in-app notification, and that was where I showed the other time that this is the number of notification that is written on the system, and that tells you the kind of relationship that is having going. So if you go to that notification, you click on it, it will direct you to the particular document that has been generated for your response. That's number one. Number two, If you activate to receive SMS in your business setup, the system also generates SMS for you on your phone. But note that that SMS is going to be with a charge. That means your wallet must be funded because those charges will be taken away from your wallet. And I think it's 4 naira that the SMS is taking, just like SMS credit network. It's 4 naira. So what happened is that just activate that SMS notification in your business setup so that whenever there is any business relationship with organization, you will receive an SMS on your phone and you can take the business forward from there. And the third method is through the email, which is what will come to you without a charge. So those are the three charges through which are you satisfied with those answers?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have Mrs. Oluwafunke Arokobi. Please, your question. Hello, you can unmute your mic so we can speak to you. Mrs.
Okay.
Oluwafunke Arokobi.
I, can you hear me now?
Yes, very loud.
Yes. I said, what about those of us who don't have dispatch, who are not, we don't dispatch to people? So
Well,
how do they?
dispatch in this case represents the final point of a business processing where you put all the people that have bought from you where they are parked and where the product is taken away from your premises. And
Yes.
this particular point, there are three ways it is managed. Number one, the customer may say they want to come and pick up themselves. They will put self pickup
Yes.
in their document, and those people they will just come to your dispatch center to pick the stock. But what we mean by this is that people cannot just come and tell you they want to collect stock for a particular business, because we know in the past some customers have suffered losses. For example, a staff that has been doing the business for them before now just resigned and left, and is the person that you know. But that particular staff knows that every Monday you collect your stock from the supplier. So such customer can come to your premises and say, "Oh, we want to come and collect our goods." Because you know that particular staff to collect on behalf of that business, you will list to that customer, to that person customer, and you will know later that the customer is coming to pick his stock, realizing that somebody has taken away the stock. You know, at that point in time, there's a problem. So what this system has is that it has inbuilt QR code for pickup, and that's why we said that we want you to generate your business transaction on this platform to the point that it generates the business the collection code. And this QR code, the owner of the business must give that QR code to whoever that is picking that product on his behalf or her behalf. And when they bring that QR code to your business, your dispatch center also have a system, and they will just scan that QR code. It will now let you know that this person is here for this particular stock, and they can release that stock to that person. That is the way a dispatch center works. And in a situation whereby you want to deliver for them, that means somebody else will come to you who says only you are the one that will be responsible for delivery of that stock to that product. And sometimes the buyer may also ask the courier company to come and pick on their behalf. So that QR code will be sent to the courier company, and the courier company will bring that QR code to your dispatch center in your office for collection of that particular stock. So that's why I say that in your dispatch center, where your stock is going out to the customer, system there will do this work for you. Are you okay now?
Okay. See how it goes.
It's quite intense. Yeah, thank you. So I have Elizabeth Lukman. You have a comment.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Please, I just have a question because when we started, you said most of us already have a system of managing our inventories, and you are not advising us to just immediately switch completely to using the P2P platform, but you're encouraging us to integrate it into our system by using it, and as much as we begin to use it, we now see how far it is responsive to our needs, then we can over time, completely switch to it. So I would just like to ask, when you talk about integration, Does what other kind of platform does this allow you? Software does this platform allow you to integrate to? Is it just inventory, or it is able to do CRM, is able to do accounting? What other aspect can the platform provide? Just asking.
Okay, thank you very much for your question, Mr. Sue. We answer that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. The system, like I said earlier, is actually an extension of your business, an extension of a business to the outside world. So, what the system does basically is to allow you to do your supplies and allow you to monitor those supplies and keep records of those supplies to the extent to which your current system probably does your CRM, does your inventory management, does every other thing that you do. But this plugs that system into the outside world so that your customers can be in one place and you can also monitor everything that is going from you to your customer when they went, and it's easier for your customer to also deal with you on this platform. Your internal system can still remain. However, having said that, yeah, this system does some level of CRM, not extensively, but does some level of CRM because, for example, your customers, you can monitor them here. You can know which ones are your partner. You can accumulate and aggregate all the orders that they've sent to you, how many of them you've been able to fulfill, and things like that. So those level of CRM that has to do with ordering by your customer, the system can help you do that. I don't know if that answers your question, please.
Yes, sir, fine. I think it has. Thanks.
Thank you.
Extension. I think that's the word. Take note.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. And I believe that we have had good understanding of how we can receive order from the customers. And which means to tell you, if you want this experience to be very effective at your end, or we want you to reach out to us uh, to be able to have your current inventory lists or your current inventory rather, there will be an Excel sheet that this will be populated. I know many systems they can export their inventory, so you don't need to go back and start typing anything out. Just go to the current inventory you have, the system you have, just do an export into an Excel sheet, and provided the Excel sheet carries your product name, it carries the measurements for each of those products, the price per measurement, and the quantity you have. And if there is product code, there's no problem. If there's no product code, you don't have any problem. If those fields are available in the documents that your current system can export, then we will just update that particular file against your business on this platform, and immediately people relating with you can be having real-time business relationship with your organization. And I want to also mention that once customer begin to reach out to you and your response is good, it means therefore that you are retaining them in business relationship. But if they are sending requests to your business and there's no response, you will know that they will not try to send business to you anymore, which means it will be for those people that are responding that will gain the customer the most. So we believe that the business environment today is quite competitive, and we know what all these online wholesalers are doing currently. They are invariably taking over every nook and cranny, and simply because people find it easier to buy online than going to pharmacy now to be buying. And the added advantage that this platform has is that it has a way to ensure that all the products that the people are looking for, all the members of PWDAN here, they are carrying them, and which means it will give you a very good platform. So what we are saying therefore is that it is left to the extent of how you make your system to be active that will determine your business on P2P. Now, I will go quickly to the next thing I want to talk about in this training, and I'll be talking briefly about payments. And I think I've discussed that a little, but for me to just go further a little, let me just try to share my screen again so that you can see payments. Okay, can we see my screen? Hello, can we see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Thank you very much. So on the menu, you will see there's payment notes. You will see there's payment notes. And when you look at it, you see where all payments are recorded. Just like I mentioned, anytime there's a payment, you will see this information coming to you that a customer has just made a payment. And what happened is that that notification, when it comes, it's expecting you to go and confirm that payment. Like anytime there's an invoice that is raised, it also gives customer the opportunity to attach their payment receipts. And that payment receipt, you will see it in your payment information. And you will now say that this customer has made payment, and you can even confirm from your bank. Once you have confirmed that payment is truly in, then you can now approve the payment. And what do? You find that when you have such documents, you will just click on this I symbol under action, and it will reveal the document to you. Because this particular document has been approved, that's why you won't see the place where the approval requirement will be placed. But that approval requirement will be somewhere around here where my icon is, and it will now take you to approve. When it is approved, the customer will receive the information that their payment has been approved. And when that is done, the next thing you will do as a business is to go and raise stock issue notes. And on the stock issue notes, that is where you are now empowering your warehouse to process this particular business relationship. And for this platform, we have divided your business into three main categories. We have your front office plus accounts, we have your warehouse, and we have your dispatch center. And what it means is that the first place that any business relationship will terminate, that will connect you, is at your front office account department. So they have sent their requests, you have processed it, then they have made payment, the account department has confirmed the payment, it is ready for servicing. Then the people in the store will now go to generate the stock issue notes. And when they go to this stock issue note, they will just click on create. Once they click on create, they will go and pick the invoice, and the invoices will have been on their page. And once they select the invoice, once the invoice is selected, it will let them see what the customer is requesting, and they can now pick the items one by one. And once they do that picking, and this particular stock issue note can be printed, because this system also has a printout attached to every page, so it can be printed, and they can go and be picking the items in the warehouse. And if there's a particular document that must follow the delivery of this product, for example, this is a time whereby NDLA are disturbing customers who are buying the controlled drugs, then the pharmacist center can attach the license of their premises, which means whoever that is buying now will have their premises license with you. Then you can attach it in this document that we can file. You can attach a file, and there could be a comment on the issue notes. Maybe there's particular information that is relevant to that particular supply. This is where that is done. So what you do next is that it goes to your warehouse, where these items will be picked up and will be assembled. And when they are checked, they will be properly packed. And when it is done, the customer, they want the stock issue note has been fulfilled. It means that it is ready for delivery. So you will now go and generate delivery notes. And delivery notes means, therefore, is that you will also go to the create to pick the stock issue notes, because immediately the activity of getting the stock is completed and you have been informed as the warehouse manager, for example, you will go back to that particular stock issue that you used to pick those products, now create delivery. And when you go there, you will now select the particular stock issue notes, and this is where the delivery will take place. And what it means, therefore, is that in this particular one, you have chosen the item will be there. Then you can now begin to select the batch number, the expiry date, and the expiry date, the manufacturing date and expiry date. And that is why when your staff are picking this item, in that stock issue note that has been printed, they must be documenting the batch number of the item, the manufacturing number of the item, the expiry date of the item on that particular issue note. And when they are fully done with that issue note, they hand over to the person who will generate the delivery note. And that is why the person will use to generate the delivery note for each of the items. And once this delivery note has been generated and is submitted, depending on who supposed to pick up this item, the QR code will be sent to that particular customer. Let me just see if there's a particular one that has a QR code so I can see how the QR code looks like. Okay, this one does not have it. Let me try other one. So the customer that is having the invoice is the one that will see the QR code at his own end, because you cannot see the QR code. You are the one that's generating the document. But once you submit your delivery notes, your system will generate a QR code for that particular delivery note to the customer buying from you. So they are the one that will have the delivery, they will have the QR code. And when the QR code is already delivered to them, the system will notify them that their stock is ready for pickup. So it's no longer a time whereby customer will forget their stock in your family, in your premises, and they are not coming to pick it, because the system will automatically generate a response to that activity, and they can come and pick up. When they come with to pick up their items in your premises, you will now need to create, when they come to pick up, you go to pick up. It's on the menu. It's the last one on the menu of transaction. Go to pick up. And once they come with pickup code, the pickup QR code, you go and click on your scan QR code. And what it means therefore is that, I hope you are seeing me right now because the camera has taken me. Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So once the customer brings the QR code, then you will now scan with this particular QR code scanner. And immediately the QR code scanner picks the QR code, it will populate on the page the items to collect or receive. And once you click on done, it means that particular item is what the customer is coming to pick, and you can now go and hand over that product to that customer. Immediately this is done, the system will say that the particular order has been picked up, and therefore it has left your premises. And let me say something to you, and something very unique about this procedure we have just done. If we want to be strategic, and if we want to take advantage of P2P to bring all the business of community pharmacies to our premises, this is what you must do. The reason why is that once the system is used for the customer to pick up their goods and the delivery note had been generated, the buyer already has this particular list of items delivered to their own system. And what it means is that when the stock get to their premises, they don't need to start posting again onto their local system. All they need to do is to go to their own system and go to receipt notes. You can see the receipt notes, and just come to create receipt notes. Then it will ask for the delivery note of the item, because I didn't use it, this one has not ordered because it's a wholesale outlet. So they will now pick up, just like you have been seeing how the item has been picked up. They'll just select the delivery note, and it will populate all the items they have bought from your premises on their own local inventory. Once they save it, that particular item goes to their local inventory without them posting all over again, without them making mistakes of what was collected, what was delivered. But what happened is that once they have received their stock delivered to them, and they check that everything that has been delivered is what is in the delivery note, they don't need to go and start posting. And this posting is one area that community pharmacists are having problem. And the reason is that some of them can be posting procurement for the next 2 days. And in some cases, they make a lot of mistakes because they hand over this responsibility to their staff. So, and they know that with this system, that problem is taken away from them. And many of them are using the retail app already, and it's on this particular system also. So what it means therefore is that when a customer is sending you an order on this particular P2P platform, you must endeavor to process that order on P2P, so that when the customer is now picking up the stock, they already have the item at their own business center. and they can just do receipt acceptance. Let me also mention, for those of us who are not going to be using this system completely for our daily businesses in terms of running to generate an invoice for our documentation and whatever, what we advise is that before you take this system, before you go to your local system to generate this particular business or particular transaction, complete it on P2P. Then when it is delivered, when you have gotten to the level of delivery, then you can now take that note to your own local system to generate that invoice and use that invoice to document your own particular business such a way that the particular transaction that has been done has been domiciled on your local business system that you are using. So with this, it will allow you to begin to gain confidence of community pharmacists who already have a gap to be met in terms of solving this particular problem that P2P has provided solution for them. And that is what I think all of us will see as an advantage. And the fact that everything they are buying on this particular system, it is on a singular platform and every PWDAN member can collaborate. And let me also mention, if you have near expiry products, you can broadcast on this platform. And what it means therefore is that with near expiry products, all you need to do on the module of broadcasts, you can go and broadcast what you want to sell. And once you do that broadcast, it will allow you to say you want to do product offload, or you are looking for a particular product. For example, if you are looking for product search, maybe you want to look for a particular product you are looking for to buy and you don't know who has it. Even a colleague of yours can have it. Maybe you got an order and there's a particular item that is there that you don't have currently and you don't want to return it as unanswered supply. You can put it on product search and it will be published, and everybody on this platform will see that there is need for this particular product, and whoever that has it can call you and you can buy from them, you can use it to fulfill your order. If you want to do product offload, it is meant for products that are near expiry. What you just do there is that you go there, you pick the products on your system, it will tell you, you put the date, expiry date, and you can put in some information on it. And with that, everybody on this P2P platform will see, and sometimes it might come with a reduction in price. And if it comes with reduction in price, some pharmacies can buy it because they know it's something they can quickly sell. So issue of expiry has also been handled to a lot of extent with P2P. So I think I want to stop at this junction to ask for questions, and we are just going to end this training with a short demo of how business is set up. And we are going to have two accounts. I'm going to be using a retailer, Mr. Abinda will be using a wholesaler. I'm going to be sending a request. You see the response, how it will be done, and we can now end this training. But let me stop at this junction to ask for questions. If you have questions on this payment, stock issue notes, delivery notes, and pickup. Thank you very much. Yes, Love Omoshebi, your hand is up. Your question.
Thank you very much. My question is about the payment system. The payment, I want some clarity on the payment structure. Is the payment going to P2P, or there's a way we are going to set up a maybe Paystack or any other platform that will send the money straight to the distributor's account? Thank you.
Thank you very
Okay.
much. There are three major ways or more ways that this payment is handled. And number one, the customer can send payment through your account by transfer. That's number one. Number two, the customer can use their wallet on the P2P to make payment to you on your wallet on P2P. And what that means is that the customer will naturally fund their P2P wallet, and they will now transfer that payment to you. And let me just try to show you something, the module on that particular payment on the using the platform for payments. So I'm just sharing my screen one more time. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to go to my wallet, which is almost to the last point on my menu. If you look at my wallet, this is my wallet value. Now, if I am buying from you as a customer, I want to buy from a distributor, and I want to use my wallet to buy from you, I must ensure that this wallet is funded. And what do is that I click on fund. Once I click on fund, it will ask me how much do I want to fund my wallet with. Let me say I want to fund with 500,000 naira. Then I now say I accept this funding. Then I click on add fund to wallet. This will route my account to a PayStart platform whereby I can use my card to fund that wallet, or I can use bank transfer to fund that wallet. And once that wallet is funded, the value will be on my wallet balance. And if I want to do this, and I want to use this wallet to pay you as a distributor, all I will just need to do is just come to transfer. Once I click on transfer, the customer will need to put my P2P code here. For example, let me put this P2P code here. It will let me know the business that I'm buying from. Let me just put it here. It will let me know the business I'm buying from. Let me just type this. So you type your P2P code here, for example, P2P-41032. So once I put this, I think this business is this correct? Okay, once I put this P2P code here, because I just saw this number there. I don't know which particular business I have it. Maybe it's a business that can help. So once I put the P2P code here, it will populate the name of the business so that it's sure that you are sent to the right person. And I can put my figure, how much I want to send, 350. And once I submit, that particular payment will come to your wallet. And on this particular platform also, in case you also want to use it to send payment to another customer, the system will ask you for one OTP. And that's why the owner of this business must be sure that they are in charge of their email. The email address that you put here to collect your OTP, it is where the system will send the OTP to confirm that transaction to take place. And once you put the OTP in the transaction from this page, the payment will go to the distributor's wallet account. And once the distributor has seen the payment in their wallet, they can transfer that money by clicking on withdraw, and they can select their bank. If the bank is already added to the system, they can select which of the banks they want to add it, they want to send the money to, put the money there and submit the request, and instantly that payment will hit your bank account. Do you understand the way it works?
Hello.
And, hello, Mr. Su, you want to speak?
Yes. I just want to add to that the question he asked. Let me try and clarify it a bit more. Like Mr. Everybody rightly said, there are three ways of making payment on this platform. Every time a customer receives an invoice, the expectation is that the supplier is expecting the customer to make payment before they continue with the transaction. Then they get an invoice. And when you go to the payment on this platform, you have three major ways of making payment. You're either paying through, maybe you went on a different platform entirely, or maybe you even went to the bank physically to pay the money into the supplier's account. Whichever one you do, whether you did a transfer from your own application, or you did a transfer by going to the bank of the supplier to make payment. Once you come back to this system, you go to payment and say, I'm paying for this particular invoice. And then you put the details of the payment you have made, including the payment receipt. Either you got from the bank or you got from your transfer that you did from your application. All this that you have done, you've done it out of this system, out of P2P. However, you need to come to P2P and say, I've done the payment, I've done the transfer. And then once you click on you've made that payment, the supplier will get your payment receipt. The supplier will get your payment receipt, but that transaction cannot go on at that point. Even though the buyer has sent you a receipt, you need to confirm that, oh, you received this money in your account before you now approve that the payment has been received. Once you approve that the payment has been received based on the references that they sent to you, then that's when the transaction can go on. That's when you can raise issue note, then you can go on to delivery note. That's one way of making payment on this platform. So that takes a bit of a process because you have to go through this process of verifying with your bank that money has been paid and all that. That's one way of making payment on this platform. The second way of making payment on this platform is that you decide to use your wallet, your P2P wallet. That way, you're not going outside the external of this P2P. You're doing everything in this P2P. And what you do is you say, oh, I'm making payment from my wallet. And once you say you're making payment from your wallet, if it's 350,000 that the transaction is, you click on make payment. Now, this payment that is made on the platform, because it's automatic, because before the system will say that this payment has been made, it will have removed the money from the buyer's wallet and put it in the supplier's wallet. So that payment is already confirmed. The money is already in the supplier's wallet. So that one, you don't need to, as a supplier, you don't need to confirm that the payment has been made because it's already in your wallet. If you go to your wallet, you can see the payment there, and you can transfer the payment from that wallet to any bank account you want to transfer it to. So that one is automatic. Immediately that payment is made through the wallet of the system. We don't have to go through the process of asking my bank whether the bank has received the money or not, because the supplier on the system will get an alert that your wallet has been credited with so amount of money. And then the transaction can go on immediately. Immediately that buyer makes that payment, you can start raising the issue note and all that, knowing that the money confirmed has been put in your wallet. That's the second way of making payment. Now, there's also credit payment on this platform, which is the third way. It's possible that you send me an invoice. The invoice is 500,000, and I have credit facility with you, which you have approved. You as the supplier, you have approved that I'm giving this buyer a credit facility of 1 million, for example. And as long as the person has not used up that 1 million credit facility, if he's buying something of 500,000, now it's not automatic that is the credit facility that you have given the person that will be used. The person has to raise a payment and select that I am using my credit facility with you. And once he send that payment that I'm using my credit facility with you, it will come to you that, oh, this person is using the credit facility. And it will also let you know how much is remaining of the person's credit facility, how much of it the person is using, and all that. And once you confirm that, okay, the person can go ahead and use your credit facility, the transaction can go on too. The system also keeps a credit management on this platform. So even if you give your buyer a credit facility on the platform, for example, 1 million credit facility, when this person uses it, use 500,000 out of it, which you have to confirm before they use it. You have given, but every time that they need to use it, you need to confirm it. So he uses 500, the buyer uses 500 out of the credit facility of 1 million that you give, the system will record it. If you go to a module, there's a module where you see your customers and their credit facility. You will see how much they have used out of it, how much is remaining. And when they want to pay for that credit facility, they can also pay it on this platform by either going to pay to your bank account and sending you a receipt that they've paid, or by using their wallet to credit your wallet. Now, whenever they do all this, the system keeps a record of the credit facility. If, for example, you gave a credit facility of 1 million and the person has used up to 900,000, and you send a new invoice to the person, and the person attempts to use credit of the new invoice, maybe it's about 500,000. If the person attempts to use 500,000 of the credit facility, the system will not even allow at all, because whatever is remaining on their credit facility is just 100,000. So the system will not allow. However, even if the system allows, which it won't allow, you will still have to confirm that you are allowing this person to use this credit facility that you have extended to them before the system will allow you. However, the system will keep a record of the credit facility, what has been paid of it, and what is remaining out of it. Thank you very much. I hope this answers your question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cyril, for that response. And I believe that question has been properly answered. The person who asked that question, are you satisfied with the response? Hello? Hello? Okay. Maybe the person is just no. Okay, now I said what to do with them. Just explain whether it will be necessary everybody says they know, it means that it's something that is simple. But the challenge I'm having is that if we don't have everybody designating staff to manage this platform, we will not get the required traction. And let me also mention to us that technology is simple when you have been able to use it over time. At the beginning, everything will look very difficult, but unfortunately, by the time you use the second time, you realize that it's not as difficult as you thought it is. So what we need actually is every solution take time for proper understanding. So we want you to quickly begin to have interaction with the platform. And what I mean by that is that let us have your inventory, let us know what is selected for you, and let your staff that is designated to be given the matching order to ensure that every time there is a stock inward in your business, that particular product should be updated on your P2P platform. When there's a price change, that should be done on your P2P platform. And as this is going, one customer is satisfied, two customer is satisfied, three customer is satisfied. You can begin to get a lot of customers that are not even buying from us before now. And those people that are buying from us before now, that are already being swayed to other businesses, they will now begin to see that, oh, I have better advantage with my customer on this platform. So that is what I want to say. But let me just open these questions democratically. Do we want us to do the demo? If we want us to do demo, just answer in chorus. If you don't think it's necessary, just answer in chorus. So that we don't, because that demo may take us another 20 minutes again. And I'm not sure people will be willing, because we told you 1 hour and we have done 1 hour 40 minutes now. And I don't know whether people will still want to exercise patience to go for extra 20 minutes. So can we have your response on this, please? Do you want us to do a demo of this business transaction between a buyer and a seller, or you think you have enough understanding that you can work with?
Please, let's do a demo.
Okay. While we are that, while we are getting the responses, Mr. Jibade, I just wanted to add also that even though this platform is for the entire industry, the specific business is between a buyer and a seller. So whatever transaction you're having between yourself and a buyer, it is only between the both of you. Whatever relationship you're also having between you and your supplier, it's only between the two of you. So whatever interaction you have, the messages you are exchanging, the documents you are exchanging, the things you are saying is between you and a buyer. So it's one-on-one, actually, one business to another business at every point. Even though the only thing that is general on this platform is the broadcast. When you see the broadcast is seen by everybody. But every transaction you do, a request for quote, an invoice, it is between you, the business, and another business. And those are the only two people that will see it. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Srid. And it's important, in fact, this let me say we have 15 minutes left. So let's just try. So it's important for us to know that it's end-to-end encrypted system. So there's no third party that will intrude into your transaction. And this system does not give information about any particular business to anybody. Thank you. So, Mr. Benga, I'm using my account. I want you to use Worldwide Drug as your wholesaler, please, because I'm going to be sending a request to you. So let me just share my screen now. So I'm using my business name, Alvid Pharmacy, and I want to buy from a wholesaler. And I want to do a purchase from 3 wholesalers. For example, I want to do quote requests. I don't know whoever that has what I want, but I'm going to put a quote request, and I'm going to select some of you that are even in this business, this meeting right now. So my information is already generated. So I want to buy Ciprotab. Now I have Ciprotab infusion IV. I want to buy 50, and the minimum quantity I'm requesting from you is not less than 45. I'm going to do my add to quotes. I want to buy quota by 14. I want to buy another 50. And the minimum I want to get from you is not less than 45. I do add two quotes. And I can do this on and on and on to all the product I want to buy on my list. And when I'm done, I will now come to continue. So I will pick on this is my item. Here I can still change the quantity. I can say, no, I want to change this one to 70. And I want to leave this one as 45. I want to change this one to 70 also. I want to leave as 45. So this means I'm confirming my quotation, my request for quotation. Now I will now fill all my information already there. Now when I want to select a buyer, let me take a few buyers from here. Sorry, if you receive this request for quote, don't work on it, please. It's just a demo. I'm picking New Heights. I'm picking Good Dog. I'm picking. I'm picking Versifarm. I've picked 3 supplier, and I want to also have some supplier that I know worldwide. Yeah, Worldwide Drug Limited, my demo account, so that I want Mr. Baker to respond to me. So I've picked 4 suppliers, and all the suppliers' name are here in this my page. Now the next thing I do is that I submit this particular. So once this quotation is submitted, it will ask me, do I want to continue? I say yes. That means I've agreed to that particular quotation to go out. So my system is processing it, and once it's done, it will tell me it has fully delivered to all the people I'm requesting from. So you can see other quotes requests successfully sent. So, and this is what I've requested now. I can let you see it. These are the items I requested for, and the buyers I'm buying from. You can see the list of people I'm requesting for. So when you look at it from here, you will see that all of you will receive this particular quote request. Versifarm and New Heights, can you confirm if you receive any quote requests? So, Mr. Benga, can you let me see what happens? Let me see if Mr. Benga is on auto response. The system will generate a code. It will give me a notification. So there's no auto response. So, Mr. Benga, can you log in to Worldwide and let's see what the response is going to look like? I'm stopping my presentation now.
Okay, thank you.
I got your quote request, sir, for New Heights.
Great. All right, so I've logged on as W Worldwide Drug Limited, and here is the quote request you sent. I received a notification here. So just like Mr. Ajibade has rightly said, he also says, "Hi there, you have a new quote request from Alvid Pharmacy." So on click on the quote request, the notification, it takes you straight to the document.
Please, can we all mute our mic, please? Please, can we all mute our mic?
It takes you. There's somebody. Who is
Mr.
that?
Theophilus, please, can you mute your mic?
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So once you click on the notification, it can take you straight to the document and you can respond. And to respond, you click on the respond button. And this is happening because this business didn't set auto response. If this system has set auto response, the user does not necessarily have to come here physically and start making changes. So all I would just need to do is to put the price and tell, so maybe each for this prototype is 3,000 and this one is 2,005. And I have enough quantity. So if the quantity I have is not enough to fulfill this order, I could select it and put in my shipping address and choose my fulfillment location, because I may have multiple locations. So if I choose my head office, I can now submit. And this request will be sent back to the customer that is trying to get details. So I think I will just go stop sharing now while Mr. Ajibade confirmed that he has received a pro forma invoice from me.
So I'm going to
By
start.
the way, Mr. Ajibade is in Ibadan and Mr. Benga is in Lagos, I assume.
Yes, you are right. I'm in Lagos, and Mr. Jibade is in Ibadan.
Okay, so you can see my screen now. You can see that the notification bell has no notification. So once I refresh my page, a notification will drop there. And already I would have received that in my phone and my email also. So you can see the notification that I've received from you now. And it's telling me that I have, you can look at it, Worldwide Drug Limited has just responded to your quotation. And then what do? I just go to that information, and if it is something that I'm comfortable with, if this pricing he has given me is something I want to buy, I can accept. But it will ask me to generate order. Now, when I'm generating order now, it means I want to now confirm this transaction as a full order request, as a full order to your business. Now, it has given me room to now generate my order. In this particular page, you see that I can still change my quantity. So even though you have told me you can sell 70 to me, and I realize that the money I want to pay is not as much as I want to pay, I cannot say I'm reducing it to 50. And you can be seeing that my final value will be changing down there. I can say the other one I want to reduce to 40. You see that my value has gone down. So which means even me as a buyer, I have a liberty to determine if I'm going to buy all that quantity or I want to minimize the quantity based on what I have in my hand. And once I am done with that, what I will do next is that I will just go and do submit. Once I click on submit, Mr. Gbenga will receive my order, and that means the order has been sent. If you look at my page now, this my order is requesting me to approve, which means it means that I have said that for any order to go out on my system, the senior person must approve it, so that I don't want people to go and place order on my behalf. So I will have to come to this to approve the order. And what I'm going to do is that I will now go and click on the approve button here. And when I click approval, that is when the document become valid and the customer can see it. So you will see that it has been approved. Mr. Benga, let's see
And
your
what
page.
has just happened now is that Mr. Ajibade could have, one of the staff could have raised the order, and it will require Mr. Ajibade to be the one that will approve it. So even when the order has been raised by your staff, you can set up your system in such a way that the owner of the business is the one that approves an order that goes out. And until that order is approved, even though it's been raised, it won't go to the supplier.
All right, thank you very much. So
All right.
I've also received a notification from Mr. Jibadi. The first one is that yes, you have accepted my quote request, because once you click on the acceptance, you have this notification. And the second notification is that yes, you have proceeded to raise an order based on your modification. So I'll click on this to see the order that has been sent now, because definitely the order can be revised, just like Mr. Jibade has rightly done. He has reduced this to 50 and this to 40. And all I just need to do at this point is to generate a proper invoice and send. So you see a generate invoice button, click on it, and the system brings out the invoice. But before you submit the invoice, you can add, if you have charges that you need to add, if you have discount that you need to add, you can add them. Even though your charges and discount can be automatically added, if you have also set them up in your charges and discounts in business setup, you can determine the ones that should be automatically added or the ones that need to be added manually. So these are the ones, if you need to add some manually, you can do them from here. So after adding the discount and charges, if you have any, the system will recalculate what should be your total amount. But as it is now, because my system in my inventory, I don't have the actual quantity, because I don't have this inventory at all. I only just put price into it. My system couldn't really process and put in the quantity, because what should happen is that the system will look straight into your inventory and confirm that yes, this quantity is available, and populate it in there and do the calculation. And that's why I'm not having my total amount payable being displayed there. But ideally, if I have this stock in my inventory, because definitely you can't issue out what you don't have. At the time of processing invoice, you need to confirm that you have this quantity in place. And that's why Mr. Jibade has rightly asked us that we need to provide this data of all our balances. Once you have your balances, somebody is making a request, even though you have set your prices, the system will also have to go and confirm that your that quantity is available before generating an invoice and sending it to your customer.
Mr. Mega, let me also mention that at this junction, even if the customer have sent in an order for this, you can still reduce the quantity you want to sell. Though
Yes.
that actual quantity is a place where you can add the actual item you want to send. For example, now, Mr. Mega can put 25 there. That's what you are going to supply now. So it will
Yes.
generate the value for you. And you can say 40, the other one 30, it can generate the value for you.
So you can
So
see that
what
the prices
that
are there.
is the
Now,
price? So what means that the price is there, but even when you have received an order, you can still go down and say this quantity I'm not going to give. So that
so
is the
so
advantage
so
of
in,
that actual.
in addition to this, the reason why I went through this route is to let us know the importance of having our balances available on the platform. Even though I can still proceed with this, which is what I'm going to do right now, but at the point of trying to do the actual issuance, if you don't have it in your balances, it will be so difficult to do. So I'll be approving this now, so that Mr. Jibale can get to the next level before we wrap up this training. Just so that Mr. Jibale will get the invoice. So I will also, since I've set mine to automatic approval, you can see it's already approved. So Mr. Jibade, I will stop sharing, confirm that you have received the invoice, and attempt showing how you want to make payment.
Mr. Ibade, if you are
Your,
talking, we are not
your
hearing.
mic is muted, Mr. Jibade. We can't hear you.
Okay, sorry. You could see that I refreshed my page. That was when that notification came up. And when I click on this, it took me to the invoice. And already I have a credit facility with Mr. Benga. That's why the invoice already approved. I didn't have to even come and make any payments because I have a credit facility with Worldwide Drug Limited. That is why it came to approved. But for a business that I'm not having response, look at this particular business, this New Heights. It's saying approved, but awaiting payment. For example, let me just click on that particular file. Now you will see what the customer, what I'm going to have at my hand here. This is a request I sent to New Heights, and they responded with an invoice. So what I want to do, I want to make payments, and it will ask me select payment type. I want to use bank transfer, credit notes, credit limits, pay from wallet, or if I want to use card. But this card payment is coming soon. We have not activated that. So can we all see it now? So that is what happens. And immediately that has taken place, what it means therefore is that my invoice is ready, is already approved because I've made payment. Then Mr. Benga can now go ahead and do stock issue. Mr. Benga, can you quickly do the stock issue? So I will stop presenting now. I think before we begin now, do we have any question on that demonstration that was done?
Okay, so I guess there's no question from anybody. I think we can take every other thing to the WhatsApp platform. However, the most important thing is that if there's any business here that have not set up their platform on P2P, they can contact us so we can help them upload their products, and then they can start doing business.
I think at this point we might need to wrap up this discussion. I want to appreciate all of us for the time we have given and the attention that is very encouraging. We understand very well that it takes your interest in this solution for you to be organization. And they also grew strongly because I've seen a lot of opportunity that P2P is going to bring to the market. Whether we accept it or not, this technology has taken over the world and is the next wave of this technology. So we feel strongly that as much as the commitment in terms of sacrifice to allow this system to take traction in your business, I think it will help this solution to drive your business smoothly. And also, we have been complaining about data in the farming industry. They don't have data. This is where data is generated, and it will benefit you first as PWDAN because we have understanding to always make available the business analytics on this platform to the PWDAN members. So, which means you can basically begin to know what is selling more at what time of the year, and this can help you in your procurement strategies and business negotiations. So if this solution generates this data, it will first of all benefit your business. And once it benefits your business, it means that your business will be on a higher pedestal. And I believe strongly that it's going to give us what we're expecting the business to take shape from. This solution may look like coming too early, too late. But the beauty of it is that people that embrace it early are the ones that will have the best opportunity of using the system better and getting positive results out of it. So I want to thank you all for your time. I want to thank you all for your attention. And the questions also show that you have really followed this particular training. I want to thank you, and I want to wish you a very wonderful rest of the day. And just like Mr. Siri mentioned, please let's take this training further by engaging us to properly help you set up your system so that your system can be able to interact with every other person that has P2P platform. And just like Mr. Francis Ochuko mentioned, if you don't take advantage of this, other people will take advantage of it. Nation across virtue. And we feel strongly that Pagan are the most appropriate people who should occupy the middle layer of distribution in Nigeria. And maybe that's a bias we have, and I think we are able to work with it. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day. Mr. Sule, you have a word?
I think you've said it all. Thank you very much, everybody, and we hope to engage you further. Thank you.
Thank you, and we wish you a very wonderful rest of the evening. And we want to start hearing your requests to set the system up for appropriate users.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for the presentation. We're grateful. We try and put everything you've actually showed us or taught us today into practice as well and let's see how we can proceed. Thank you. We really appreciate
Thank you. That's a
it.
very good feedback from you. We have other people also that want to let us know the way they are reacting to this. Okay, I want to thank you all and I wish you a very wonderful rest of the evening. We'll come your way again. Thank you and have a wonderful evening. Bye. Mr. Abega, thank you also for your wonderful presentation.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
A
Bye.
wonderful evening. Bye.
Bye.
You and you too.
Bye.